So what alternate Earth did I just step into? No, really. I mean, yesterday it was all about the deal that Disney was trying to buy Fox just so they could get Fantastic Four and X-Men, but the deal apparently fell through. And now this, like 2 days in a row, it's been nothing just but topsy-turvy, back and forth. So yeah, for those who are unaware, today it was announced that Brian Michael Bendis is leaving Marvel and has signed an exclusive deal with DC Comics. Now, there are two ways I look at this. Now, Bendis, I don't have a vehement hate for Bendis, because there are a lot of stuff that he's done, and, you know, thanks to him, we have Miles Morales, we had Ultimate Spider-Man on a whole, with Ultimate Peter Parker, and, you know, I love his Daredevil run, and he's done some really cool stuff. You know, if it wasn't for Bendis, he was the one who really opened the door for Avengers. Now, I know what you're thinking. Well, Avengers had been around long before Bendis. Yeah, but at the time, Avengers was kind of just a there comic. It was because of Bendis and what he did for the entirety of what he did with the Avengers comics is why it's so big, you know, why it became such a big thing as it was. He was kind of one of the people who really hyped it up there. I mean, not to say it wasn't there to begin with, but at the time, before Bendis stepped in, there was a time where Avengers was just kind of a there comic. But yeah, so this is really weird that Bendis, a guy who's always said he never worked for DC Comics, has suddenly worked for DC Comics. Now, on one hand, like I said, while I don't have a lot of hate for Bendis, I don't have a lot of love for him either. I'm just kind of an indifference towards Bendis. Now, I know there's a lot of Bendis fans out there, that's totally fine, and that's no ill will against you. I bear no grudge against you. But yeah, Bendis hasn't had the best track record as of late. One thing comes to mind first and foremost is Civil War II. So, yeah, that's kind of the big thing with me, is that that's the thing that really sticks out. And a lot of things come to mind, but that's the thing in recent years that made me go, oh, fucking stop, Bendis, fucking stop. I can't do the JonTron thing. Anyway. So it's really out there that DC has suddenly switched teams. There was no build-up to this. There was no talk of this. This just happened. That's what really freaks me out, is that I have this weird feeling that what had happened was that, probably this was all behind the scenes, because you'd think that they would have built up, or Bendis would have said something that, oh yeah, I'm going over to DC, or in talks of it, but no, this just came out today. Like, out of nowhere. That's what really, like, just fucks me up the whole time. Like, I was still reeling from the Disney Fox thing, because I was like, what? Okay, we could get Fantastic Four back, but can we just keep the, Logan was really good, and I'd like to see R-rated superhero movies on occasion. No disrespect to the MCU, but I'm kind of glad that Fox is kind of being experimental with their X-Men title, which I'm really happy about. But yeah, I mean, as though I wish we had gotten at least Fantastic Four back. That's, if anything belongs to the MCU, it's Fantastic Four. But anyway, I digress. So again, this really tripped me up that suddenly out of nowhere, Brian Michael Bendis, and say what you want, even though I feel like he has kind of had some oopsies here and there in recent years, I still think that, he was still considered one of Marvel's heavy hitters. He was a major heavy hitter for Marvel, and to have him suddenly leave is wow. Now, there's a cool way and bad way to look at it, because there was some stuff he did in some of his runs that a lot of people got fired up about. But on the other hand, Bendis working on DC characters is a really cool idea. Don't get me wrong, I am very curious to see Brian Michael Bendis on a DC comic. Don't underestimate. I'd love to see what he does with certain DC characters. First and foremost, Batman, but I'm loving too much of Tom King's run to, say, get him on the main Batman title. What I would like to see him on is maybe Detective Comics, get Tinian off the book, and have Bendis do Detective Comics. Or, actually, this would probably be perfect for him, is you bring back Gotham City Central and have Bendis on it, because he is so good at crime stories, and I would love to see him write Gordon and Bullock. I would absolutely love to see him write Gordon and Bullock as, and the whole GCPD team. Yeah, just bring back Gotham City Central and have Bendis on. That's perfect. But for other characters, I would say Huntress would be a good one for him. Because I'm thinking a lot. I think Bendis works best when he does street level stuff. Cosmic stuff, he's very hit and miss. I don't know if I'd want him to write Superman. They may get him on a Justice League title. That's what I'm thinking right now. The articles I read didn't specify on what titles Bendis was going to write, but I'm curious to see where they're going to go with that. Like, I'm pretty sure we're going to get an announcement very soon that Bendis is going to have a title very soon. Anyway, where was I going with this? But yeah, there's so many, like, there's a few characters I'd like to see, but at the same time, I want, like Daredevil Bendis, like Bendis and Malieve era Daredevil era Bendis. I want to see that kind of Bendis on these books, not Civil War II Bendis. And the other thing that really interested me is, like, how was this a mutual thing, or did DC offer him a shit ton of money? Because there was, back at New York Comic-Con, when they were talking about a lot of stuff, one of the writers said that DC, comics are on the verge of total destruction. Comics are on the total verge of, there's a total apocalypse of comics. And DC sounded very worried about that, so there's a part of me that's wondering, was this just a part of, were they hoping to get Bendis on here so they could get some star, not to say they don't have star power as it is, but my thing is that, are they that worried about their sales? Because the last I checked, Rebirth was beating out Marvel still, even with Legacy. So that makes me wonder, is that what this is all about? Are they just trying to get some extra star power to get more readers? That could be one of the reasons, honestly. That could be one of the major reasons right there as to why we're getting Bendis on DC Comics. But still. And the other thing is that this is exclusive. He's not going back to Marvel anytime soon. From what I read, there's a contract that says he's on with DC for an X amount of years. I don't know how many years, but he is there. He is not going back to Marvel anytime soon, is what I'm saying. That's the thing right here, is that he's not going back to Marvel for a while. That's the big takeaway right there. Yeah, I mean, it's a love-hate kind of thing. I have a love-hate thing with Bendis. So it just kind of depends on which kind of Bendis we're going to get. And I've said Bendis too many times in this entire video. So yeah, this is a tough one, guys. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't hate. Like I said, I don't hate Bendis. But like I said, there's a lot of stuff he's done that I haven't really enjoyed either, especially in recent years. On the other hand, though, I'm just so curious to see what they're going to get him on. It could be Justice League. That's what I'm banking on. It could be Justice League. Like I said, I think the best one for him would be just get Gotham City Central. Get him to do Gotham City Central. And I think that would work best for him. And trust me, that's where he works best, is those kind of street-level characters. So I think also if they did want to get him on a Batman book, I think maybe All-Star Batman, because Snyder's leaving the book soon. Yeah, Snyder is leaving the book soon, and from what I understand, Snyder's going to be ending his Batman stuff very soon. So instead of just ending the book with Snyder, oh wait, didn't they? Because there's one more story arc before the comic ended. Shit, I'm fucking stupid. Maybe they could revitalize All-Star Batman and let him do that, because like I said, I'd like to keep the main Batman title with Tom King, because I've really dug his run. But I guess time will tell is all I'm saying. Yeah, that's kind of all I really had for this. Like I said, the whole world's gone. I've taken 2 hits already. I'm like, what alternate universe did I step into? Anyway, so you guys tell me in the comments below. What do you guys think of Bendis joining DC? You guys like it? You guys hate it? Comment below, let me know. What characters would you like to see him write? And once again, hope you all enjoyed this, and I will see you guys later.